Leviticus 26:17. It says, "And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you." I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word and love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this scripture was inspired by a video I saw. It's WJTV 12 News, and it says 12 News investigates Hattiesburg police face scrutiny after traffic stop. And when you watch this video, it just goes to show the perpetual hatred that this devil has for our people, all right, in the form of what we call police brutality. So let's watch this video, and we're going to get some more scripture.
Tonight, 12 News investigates a traffic stop caught on camera and the actions of Hattiesburg police officers being called into question.
12 News' Kayla Thompson has the video, talked with the witnesses who shot it and the man's family who want answers from the Hattiesburg police.
Why wasn't my brother treated like a decent human being?
Lauren Smith says she's furious about the way her brother was treated by Hattiesburg police when he seemed to have a medical episode during a traffic stop.
You kidnapped him?
She says her brother Lester took their parents' car from Pike County and his dad filed a police report. That's why he was pulled over in Hattiesburg. But she says what happened in that 14-minute video shared by thousands on Facebook was shocking.
The things that I saw in that video, I mean, that was not the right way to handle things. And I just, I feel disappointed.
In the beginning of the video, you can see Lester seeming to comply with officers. But Leah Campbell, a witness, says things took a turn when a second officer arrived and Smith was put in the back of that car.
His legs began to shake and convulse in a really alarming way.
Campbell is a nurse who says the officers didn't seem to take the situation seriously.
I was really concerned this whole time because as a medical professional, I'm looking to see, is his chest rising and falling, to see if he's breathing, and I couldn't see that. At no time did I see them take a pulse. They were just kind of standing around, really casual, talking with each other.
Morris Mock also witnessed the incident and says he still questions the lack of urgency.
The ambulance was a bit late. You have 4 police officers that show up before an ambulance.
Mock says Hattiesburg police showed a lack of empathy for the man and need to reevaluate protocol.
It seems like he's having a seizure.
He's not having a seizure. He's having because when I told him his car was getting towed, he wanted to start doing all that.
Hattiesburg police posted this on their Facebook page, saying the department holds all officers to the highest standards of professionalism and conduct. They take any allegation of misconduct seriously, and Lester Smith Jr. was released from the hospital shortly after he was transported. Lauren Smith says she wants to see the body cam footage and know if her brother is okay. We reached out to the Hattiesburg Police Department again for a statement and have not heard back. In Hattiesburg, Kayla Thompson, 12 News.
And there you have it. All right. I mean, this is a messed up situation. I mean, granted, this all could have been avoided if you would have just sent a phone call to the parents, say, "Hey, I got the car. I'll be back." I mean, something really that simple could have prevented all of this, but because he just took the car and nobody knew where it was, they reported it missing. And then you have a situation like this where you got these devil cops doing what they do best, and that's pretty much just not give a damn about you Jakes. And that's the whole reason why they're doing this is because they hate you. You heard the sister in the beginning. She said, when the police did, why couldn't they just treat my brother like a human being? Because these devils don't see you as a human being. They see you as a brute beast. Yeah, you remember Hillary Clinton's speech? What were we? Was it super thugs or super criminals or something like that? Now, does that sound like anything close to a human being? And that's the same way they think of us: beasts, animals, brutes, savages. Words that don't remotely come close to describing a human being. That's why, once again, this is Leviticus 26 and 17. It says, and I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you. Okay, and who hates us? Pretty much everybody that is not an Israelite. When you go to Psalm 83, it says, keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. All right? So all the different nations that hate the Most High have lifted up their head in pride. Why? Because we're in a low state. We've been brought down. And because we've been brought down, these folks know that, ooh, it's our time to finally put our foot in their behinds. And it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are a confederate against thee. How have they consulted in one consent? By agreeing to enforce Draconian legislation against you Israelites. Not only is it upheld by bad Uncle Esau first and foremost, but it's upheld by you other nations as well. Ishmael, Moab, Ammon, Ham. All right, all you other nations participate in it, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. And it says the tabernacles of Edom, which that cop was. He was an Edomite. And the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. It says Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot Selah. Because when you look at a lot of these tapes that involve police brutality by law enforcement, who are the main perpetrators? It's definitely not Jake. You got some wicked niggas within the police force, of course. But the majority of the time, when you see the faces of these people, they're predominantly Edomites. The George Floyd one, I think you had, I don't know what he was. He looked like one of the incest Down syndrome babies, but he was either Moab or Ammon or whatever it was. What's that? What was that other cop? Was it Zimmerman? Nah, that's not his name. I can't think of it right now. but he had a Latino last name, but you could clearly see in his spirit that he was definitely an Edomite. So these are the people, these are the faces behind this police brutality, as all the other nations help in participating in subjugating Jake. And for some odd reason, our people are still surprised about these things. Because, see, for some odd reason, as the scripture says, they still trust the enemy. It would help to spell thine right. Ecclesiasticus 12:10, and it says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can't trust this guy to do the right thing, especially in a position such as a police officer. Look at how many videos you can go to on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and just see something damn near every single day of a Jake getting harassed by a cop. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, meaning that, well, we're going to see if we can develop some new teaching programs so we can work on police officers when it comes to racial diversity in the community. All right, though they say that crap, they don't mean it, because it's not the police officer's job to enforce peace. Their whole job is to protect property and keep putting a foot in you Jakes behind. That is their sole purpose. And it says, take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. Thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Meaning no matter how many programs you develop, no matter how much training you put these officers in to help them with racial discrepancies in the community, okay, you can't train out what's innately in this devil. It's like the scripture says, who can make a crooked thing straight? It would help to spell crooked right. Or is it who can make straight what the Most High made crooked? I think that's the way it is. I think it's in Psalms. Yep, no, it's in Ecclesiastes. Sorry about that. It says, consider the works of the Most High, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? So how can you honestly believe that with more counseling, more training, and more programs that you're going to fix what the Most High made evil? Because bad Uncle Esau is evil. He is the wicked. And until you, Jake, start realizing this, which I have to say, a lot of you all are starting to realize, but still, there's too many of you that are still lost. And for those of you all who are still lost, until you recognize that this guy is the devil and he means you no good, okay, you're going to continue to get your feelings hurt. As when you go back to Ecclesiasticus 12, it's going to say that in 13, it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Okay, and when you go to Genesis, who was that serpent? It was bad Uncle Esau. So you Jakes keep getting bit by this guy, and it gets to a point where you have to look at the situation and say, hey, when are you all going to have some accountability? We've told you numerous times this guy's the devil. This is his job to harass you, but yet you still want to make peace with this guy. And it says, or any such as come nigh a wild beast. Okay? Because when you go near a wild beast, meaning that he's not tamed or domesticated, the only thing that beast sees you as is food or the enemy. Either way, you're going to die. And see, you Jakes haven't recognized the wild beast that you've been next to for the past 400 or 500 years. You're going to see very soon that this guy truly means business, because it's going to get a whole lot worse than this. You're going to truly see in the very near future what policing is going to be all about. Because if you all think that these type of incidences are bad, when you got a Jake having a seizure and they just looking at his ass like, yeah, got a good nap? Stop playing around. It's going to get a whole lot worse. As the scripture said, take heed and beware of him. You just need to wake up. This is not going to change. So I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.